it must be interesting journey for you because culturally wise, it's very different. What what was the most difficult part of leaving Tanzania? Because Tanzania is very community like. And also in the what was it in the 60s or 70s that you went to London?
No,
Because it's very
1980.
different now. 1980s.
Yeah.
So it's very different then. I wonder what was the most shocking part of the culture that you discover about London?
Well, I, I was, I'd already been a teacher for many years in Tanzania, and plus I was almost 35. Yeah, so age helped me in terms of meeting people, and
Mm.
also what was shocking to see the different class of people and different ways people spoke English. And
Hmm,
I also visited
interesting.
a lot of African areas, Asian areas to explore other community, because London
Yeah.
is very class divided and racially divided,
Wow.
residential.
Mm.
So, I mean, first thing that shocked me was when I was coming from the airport and the taxi driver was using the word "sir." Yes, sir. And that sounded very colonial because I thought, wow, I've never heard the word "sir" addressed to me. Because in Tanzania we would say ndugu or brother. So
Wow.
that was the first cultural observation I made.
Talking about being a teacher, when you've been a professor for 50 years, that title becomes who you are. But you retired in
Yeah.
2020. Did you face a moment then of who am I without this role? Uh, did you have to push past the fear of losing your purpose at that point?
Not really, because I've been a lecturer in Dar es Salaam and lecturer, so university life is pretty similar. Uh,
Mm.
so the retirement I was already about 72, so from that point of view, I was ready for it, and COVID made it easier because that was
Mm.
Mm.
just at the start, so I didn't have to learn the Zoom and everything. So I was feeling more relaxed and
Mm.
uh, liberated more uh, than than going through all the other programs. So in a way, uh, that wasn't very difficult, to be honest, and I was ready for it.
This is actually very interesting, Shiraz, because first time meeting you, when you say it's not really difficult for me to navigate the transition in London, I can see why, because you're a very people person. There's a little bit of um, the introverts in you, but you're you can talk to anyone on the street. I'm sure you have no problem making friends all over the world.
Yeah, I always enjoyed talking to people. Even now, I call every person a fruit tree. So to me, talking to people is like talking to fruit trees. And
Yeah.
and because I grew up with Africa, in Africa and Asia, with the Asian background, uh, I was already multicultural in terms of knowing the language and knowing the culture and so on.
Yeah.
So I never studied with a European, but because I was brought up in British culture, we knew all this Buckingham Palace and the Queen and everything. So going to London was not surprising to see images of Queen everywhere.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
So I always sang, instead of singing God Save the Queen, I always sang God Save My Mother and God Save My
Mhm.
Mangoes. So those were my two favorite